Hey guys, it's Vintage Vinny. I'm back, and I've got another thrift haul for you. Got a great assortment of stuff as usual, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you all. Stay tuned! Don't worry, your hearing's not going bad, nor are your speakers broken. I did have to turn down the volume completely on my intro because apparently YouTube added some more music to their list, and I could get copyright infringements and demonetization, which has happened the last 2 times that I have uploaded videos. I do apologize if I have been MIA the last week. I've just been working some crazy long hours, have had 0% energy to do anything, and I actually went out antiquing today, which is the 15th of March, and I came back, listed a few things, ate dinner, and I have a few other videos that I'm filming for you all. This haul video is everything that I picked up with the old Curiosity Shop and Treasured Vintage when we did a meetup. I'll see if I can insert a picture of the three of us. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it already. So I've got quite a little bit of stuff to share with you all, and I hope you all enjoy seeing what I found. So let's go ahead and jump right in. A big shout out and thank you to the old Curiosity Shop for thinking of me when he was out thrifting. He knows I love Marilyn Monroe, as you all do. I've loved her since I was probably 15. And I just love reading about her and looking at photos of her. And I want to thank all of you who watch him and also watch me and kept this a secret. Because I was blown away with the contents of this book. Now, this isn't something that I typically have seen. I didn't look it up just to see, out of curiosity, if this book is worth anything. Not that I would ever sell it, because I love Marilyn to pieces. But what's really cool is it's got, reproductions of different documents and photographs. I would love to get my hands on one of those original 1949 Photo Parade magazines. I'm sure I'll come across one either on eBay for cheap or at a flea market or something if someone doesn't know what they have. But I just thought this was a really cool book. I will definitely go ahead and check out just what it sells for, because I'm curious. It's not going to go anywhere because I love flipping through this. I'm in love, so Scott, thank you, and I definitely look forward to doing another antique ride-along with you. I scored this really awesome 1957 Jayne Mansfield and Her Playmates calendar. It was $24, and I'm really excited to own it because it's one of those calendars I've been looking to have for quite a while, and I finally got one on the cheap. Now, the reason I have the cover covered is because I don't want to get demonetized for inappropriate content. I will be making a video and posting it on Instagram if you would like to see the contents of this calendar. So go ahead and stay tuned for that. If you're not following me on Instagram, the link to it is down below in the description box. If there is actual nudity where the full breast is exposed, I will be censoring it with a sticky note so there won't be any controversy surrounding that. So stay tuned for that, and I got a couple other things to share with you. Scored these really awesome vintage 7-Up matchbooks on eBay for $3, so that's 50 cents a piece. Let's go ahead and go through them real quickly. Starting off with this one. We've got Fresh Up with 7-Up. It says, your grocer will deliver a case of 7-Up. Sweetens the stomach. This one just has the 7-Up logo on the front. And it says on the back, the exciting diet drink. Like 7-Up quality. This one is probably my favorite out of the bunch. It says, drink 7-Up for the stomach's sake. And on the back, it's got a really cool graphic. That is pure art. They do not make stuff like this anymore. This one says Fresh Up with 7-Up. And it says, order from your dealer in the handy family pack. I think this one is a duplicate of the other one. This one says Fresh Up with 7-Up. Buy it by the case. This one says King Size 7-Up, the Quality King. The new King Size. And I think that's the bottle that I just bought. So that's cool. Well worth it for $3. What do you think? So I got really lucky and was able to obtain another 1925 Coca-Cola Flapper Girl serving tray. If you missed out on the other one that I sold, you're in luck because I have another one that I'm really excited to get sold. It is already listed in my eBay shop. Again, if you'd like to check it out, the link to my shop is down below. I got this for $23.50, and as you can see, it is in marvelous condition for its age. There is some scratching right here, and a little mark right there, but other than that, aside from the paint loss around the edges, this thing is in pretty darn good shape for its age. It's nearing 100 years old, and for it to be in the shape that it's in is pretty incredible. I have this listed right now for $89.99. If you have an offer better than that I might take, go ahead and shoot one to me. I'm not hesitant to take any reasonable offers. Get another close-up for you guys real quick so you guys can see this beauty. So yeah, that is already listed if that is something you happen to be interested in for your collection. The final item I'd like to share with you all before we jump into the smaller items happens to be this really awesome 1950s children's Coca-Cola soda dispenser. This came from a booth that was having an inventory reduction sale. It was originally $10 and it was half off, so I only paid $5 for it. I've actually been looking for one of these and I almost bought one on eBay with the original box for $26. I'm glad I held out and waited because I found one. While it is missing the dispenser handle itself, that doesn't bother me too much because this is just going to be a display piece. I really like the back because it has a Have a Coke button on the bottom. On the back of it. This is the other side. I might have to take a Clorox wipe or maybe like a magic eraser to get some of these scratches off. But other than that, this is in really good shape, and $5, I didn't care that it was missing pieces at all. So I thought that was definitely really cool. So now let's go ahead and check out all that small stuff. So that was some pretty cool larger stuff, huh? I will go ahead and post a video of the pinup calendar to Instagram. That way you all can see the images. I don't want to get a copyright strike or anything like that. YouTube also demonetizes you if you share inappropriate content, and they find that that kind of stuff is. So, like I said, go ahead and check me out on Instagram. The link will be down below, so you can check it out, and I'll post a little clip. If the pictures are risque, of course, I'm going to censor them to the best of my ability. So let's go ahead and I'll show you all the smaller stuff. In no particular order. Got this at the Antique Mall with Scott. This is just a rather common vintage 7-Up, the Uncola bottle. Actually, this was before they called it the Uncola. This is probably 50s or 60s. I paid $3.50. I spent a total of $27 at this particular antique mall that we visited. But I have a great idea for what I'm going to be doing this Halloween if I'm working. So this is going to be a prop to my costume. I don't normally buy mugs because they just don't sell well for me, but something about this Disneyland Tokyo mug was really speaking to me. I paid $2 for it. I really like the Starburst handle. I don't think it's very old, possibly as old as probably maybe the 1980s, maybe even late 70s, early 80s, because the mug does say Thailand on it, but I've never seen one of these before, and when I did look up comps, I did not see this particular one listed, so that's probably a good sign that I might get something out of it, or I may just keep it for myself, even though I'm not as crazy about Disney as some other people are, but who knows what I'll do. If I decide to list it, you'll see it in my eBay shop. Now this item is, of course, why I titled this video the way I did, the Mystery Milk Glass Bowl. Now this is a nesting bowl. I paid $3 for it. It's geometrically patterned. There's nothing on the bottom other than that number 5 here. I did send a quick message over to Michelle, Thrifting 101, because she knows her glassware like the back of her hand. And she wasn't even sure. She sent me a name, but I can't remember exactly what she said it was. I know that milk glass has been made for years, and it was made for years back in the day. But what really stood out to me was the stepped glass feature on the handle. I know that stepped glass is usually found on Art Deco fixtures, and I've seen that before at antique malls and at other places I've visited. So I thought this was rather interesting, and I went ahead and took a shot for $3 just because I thought it was neat, and I liked the style of it. Now, I'm sure these probably did come in a set of 3 or 4. Unfortunately, I only found the one, but I thought that was pretty darn cool. If you happen to know who made this, what era it's from, and let me know if it did come in a set, just leave me a comment below. Alright, so this bunch of goods came from a thrift store. They were 25 cents a piece. I just found a whole bunch more zippers for Jen and her sister Kim. Every time I say I find something for somebody, I just get this really big guilt wave because I have friend mail that needs to get out of here, and I've been meaning to get it out. It's March. I was supposed to have some of this stuff out before Christmas, and I just didn't because I got so busy. And then on my one day off, which is on Sundays, that's guaranteed, I just want to relax and not do anything. I am going to get that stuff out ASAP, though, because, and I know I've been saying that a lot, but it is going to happen. I just need to get it out of this house. It's just, I'm sick of looking at it. I'm sick of it taking up space, and I'm just sick of making it look like I'm a hoarder, even though I kind of am. So those were a quarter a piece. I think the bunch that I bought came out to about like $3 or $4. This came from the antique mall. Pardon the glare here. It's got an image of Hopalong Cassidy on it. I cannot remember for the life of me where my receipt is because they take the tags off at this particular mall. Oh, I think it's right here. Hold on. I don't want to knock anything over. See, so Hopalong Cassidy was $4.76. He is listed in my eBay shop. I couldn't find anything to compare it to. Oh, I look at that. Even the reflection shows him. That is cool. This is what the back looks like. It either went into a kid's room or it was just probably something for decor. I would probably say it's from the 50s or 60s. I did list it for $35 just because I wasn't sure what to ask because there was nothing to compare it to. But if you have a decent offer, I might be willing to accept it. So if you are interested, the link is down below to my eBay shop. Since this is already kind of in the way already, let me just go ahead and share it with you. Now you all know I really like my Atomic Starburst dishes and plates and any kind of Starbursty looking items. So I have Salem North Star. I have this one, which is called Temporama. I think it's by Cannonberg, released in 1961. What I would really like to find are I think it's Catherine Holm, those Starbursts. I love those. I also have a set of Homer Laughlin Starburst teacups and saucers. Anyway, back to this. This was half off. I paid $1 for it. It is the Gravy Boat. Not marked, but I knew what it was when I saw it, so that's why I went ahead and grabbed it for the dollar. Running along with the Cannonberg Temporama. I didn't unwrap all of them, but I did get a set of 4 teacups. They were $1 a piece. I was not leaving them behind because I have this set. And you all know I love my Starburst stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, also unmarked. Or maybe I did mention it. I don't know. You get the picture. Let me look at my receipt again. For $11.20, this was there the last time I visited, but I was hesitant to buy it because I was like, it was $14, and even though it was only $11, I didn't want to get it, but Scott talked me into getting it this time. So let me go ahead and I'll zoom in for you real quick so you can see this. Now this is a postcard, but it's so cool because it's basically of a soda jerk, and he is behind the counter. You can see the old school cash register. You can see some of the different like barware and advertising and stuff like that. This actually is a postcard, as you can see. If I had to date this, I would definitely say turn of the century or like early 1900s, like maybe even into the teens. I'm glad Scott talked me into buying this because this is really cool. And despite that little crease right there, that really just gives it age. I don't know that it would really have any value, but it's definitely cool. Zoom back out for you guys. So the last piece that I picked up at the antique mall I visited with Scott is this 1966 Japan Barbie clone. She was $2. She's in an original outfit, or like a handmade outfit from the 60s, not original. And she, of course, has blonde hair. Her buttocks are marked 1966 Mattel, Japan. And she looks like she's in kind of like something that Jeannie would have worn. At least I think so. Kind of like that sheer, like, light, not chenille or chiffon. But you get what I mean. Something that Jeannie would have worn. And this is bendable, and her limbs are bendable, so hear that cracking? I think, and I have had luck selling these before in the past, I might put it up for maybe $79.99 up to $84.99. I haven't listed her just yet, but she will be up very, very soon. Hopefully by the time you see this video, she will be up for sale. She's definitely got a 60s styled haircut. Most of her hair is there, as far as I know. There's one place where it's sticking up. This was really, really cool. I found a speckled blue elephant planter. Now, I haven't really been buying a lot of these lately because they don't really hold a lot of resale value, but if I like them for myself, I will pick them up if they're cheap. This was $2. You can see the remnants of a sticker. And judging by the shape of this one, it almost looks like the, what do you call, it's like a wooden piece that an artist holds and they just squirt paint on it and they use it when they're painting. That's the shape of the sticker. So I would say this is probably Napco. It's a lot deeper, like the blue is a lot deeper in color than it is on camera, so the camera's not really doing it a justice, but I absolutely love this thing. And I will be hoarding it. Last antique mall piece. I would never normally spend what I did on this Felix the Cat Soaky. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. I was having some tripod issues there for a second. Now, what I was saying is that Soakies are not something that I would typically buy because a lot of them are mass-produced and they just don't hold a lot of value. Now, with that being said, there are always exceptions to that. This particularly is one of the exceptions. So this is, of course, Felix the Cat, probably from the 60s when these were out and about on the market. Now, I did pay $13, and that was well worth it. I bought him for myself because you all know I love blue and I love these old school characters. If I were to sell him, I would probably ask upwards of $30 because that's what most of the comps are saying, and what most people have been able to sell them for, $25 to $30. Because mine is in relatively good shape, not a lot of the paint is missing, I still think I would be able to get that $30 price tag because of how clean and how nice his paint is. But I'm going to be keeping Felix for myself because I love him, I love the color of him, and he's just really cool. He's one cool cat. I got a couple things that I picked up at the dollar store. They're, of course, anything you buy modernly is not vintage, but you get the picture. So I got 2 DVDs. Sometimes the dollar store will get really lucky and get a huge lot of random DVDs with like B or C movies, but sometimes you can get pretty lucky, and I actually did. So I found this DVD, which has, of course, Lucille Ball on it, The Lucy Show, the First Lady of American Television. This one has 2 discs on it, and you've got Lucy and George Burns, Lucy Meets the Burls, Lucy Gets a Roommate, Lucy and John Wayne, Lucy the Fight Manager. We've got Lucy and the Star Maker, Lucy Meets Robert Goulet, Lucy Gets Jack Benny's Account, Main Street USA, and Lucy Meets Sheldon Leonard. Maybe it's Leonard, or maybe I pronounced it right, Leonard. I've never seen any episodes of The Lucy Show, but I will definitely be giving it a go because it's a spin-off of the I Love Lucy series. And she's meeting a bunch of really famous people from back in the day, so I thought that would be interesting to see. So I found a copy of Tom and Jerry Fur Flying Adventures, Volume 3. Now, I bought another set, or like a DVD with a bunch of the Tom and Jerry episodes on it, and some of them range from like the late 50s into the 60s when the Jetsons were on, and it just didn't look right to me. Like, they were too Jetsonized. It was too spacey. Like, it wasn't the Tom and Jerry that I remember growing up with, you know, from the 30s and the 40s, which is what I particularly like. And maybe like pushing maybe into the early 50s with Tom and Jerry, but overall, the older episodes are always the best. Once you get into the 60s and 70s, it just gets weird. Of course, Hanna-Barbera was trying to go with the times, but, you know, sometimes the way things were when they first came out was how it should stay. That's my opinion. I know not everyone really agrees with that. Now, this is not necessarily a vintage item, but it is about as old as I am. I think it says 1995 on it somewhere. I think. Anyway, I could be wrong. So this is a set of Noma Expressions patio umbrella lights. I paid $3.50 for them. They're not worth a ton of money. These came from the thrift store that only allows $5 minimum to use your debit card. So sometimes I end up getting pretty lucky and I find something else that I want to buy. So I went ahead and picked these up after looking them up. I should probably be able to get about $17 for them. I have them currently listed in my eBay shop, so if you are interested in these, you can go ahead and check it out. As you can see, the box is not in the greatest shape. There's stains all over it, but the contents themselves are brand new. So if you are interested, again, the link is down below. Alright, we are gearing into our last 2 items. I got this at a thrift store in PA. It was 99 cents. It almost reminded me of Lido Milano glass, which if I ever find the frosted blue glasses, I will pick them up because I love them, and they're the most popular. Avocado and amber just don't do it for me. Frosted blue and glacier blue do. This was interesting, and I saw this there one other time that I visited, and I didn't buy it because I just wasn't finding anything else that I really wanted. So I was kind of in a mood. I'm not finding anything all that great, so to heck with it, I won't buy it. The second time that I went and it was still there, I went ahead and grabbed it. I don't know if I said it or not, but it was 99 cents. I don't know exactly what this is. It almost either resembles an ashtray, or it could be like a pot for succulents. Like you just put a little bit of dirt in here and add the succulents in. I just like the style of it. If I would date it, I would say it's probably from the 60s or 70s. Or you know what else you could use this for? You could put mints in here and you can reach your hand in there and grab one. I don't know what exactly it is for. Let me know in the comments below what you think, or if you do know exactly what they were used for back in the day, I would love to know. So I thought that was definitely neat. And the final item that I want to share with you all is something that has actually been, I can't even talk. It's something that I have been actually looking for, and while I've been steering clear away from these toys, I've always wanted one. How stinking cool is this? This is the 1972, what's that say? Happy Apple, and it has the longer stem. Paid $2 for it. Let me tell you, I was carrying this around the thrift store, and every time I took a step, all you could hear was... And it was kind of starting to drive me crazy. Even though I love this thing, it's one of those roly-poly toys that makes noise every time it moves. But I still love it nonetheless. I've seen them at antique shops for upwards of about $8, and I was not willing to pay that. I've seen them at flea markets, and people want like $5, so when I saw it for the $2 price tag, I went ahead and grabbed it. And funny enough, while I was scrolling through someone's Instagram feed, I think they're a reseller in, I think it was either the UK, somewhere in Europe, I can't remember who it was, and they were able to sell theirs for, I think, 15 pounds. I think it was in England. Or it was either euros or pounds. I can't remember what the currency was, but I think because this was an American export in Europe, I think that probably adds to the value over there. But here in the US, these just don't sell for that much, but people still like them, and I'm keeping mine for myself because an apple is my favorite fruit. Sorry, I thought I'd drive y'all a little nuts before I end this video. So yeah, that's all I have for you today, so let's go ahead and conclude this video. So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to know when new videos are posted. All the links to my social media accounts via Instagram are down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys!